Good afternoon, Solid Steppers. What's up, Take the Titans? This is Miss Ward. I'm just reaching out today because I'd like to have a conversation about the one thing that saved my appliance repair business. And you hear me talk about this all the time in my shorts, on the channel, when I'm on the routes and driving. You always hear me talk about training. So I wanted to take some time today and go over different training options in the appliance repair industry and just reflect on the opportunities. We want you to start out your new year great, and I really, really appreciate all my subscribers, new, old, day ones. I really appreciate you. So before I start, I'd like for you to like, share, and subscribe if you feel like this can help somebody. And if the video resonates with you, don't forget, once again, to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more insights into building a successful appliance repair business or any type of business, because all the things I share really cross so many platforms, particularly in the service industry. So I want you to win. So drop a comment below about your training experience as I go through the video, or any challenges you're facing, and maybe I'll make a video about it. I love to hear from you, and don't miss my upcoming videos where I break down the best training programs in the industry to help you make the right choice. So the first thing I'm going to do is give a presentation, and then we're going to take a look at a couple of the websites. Now, this is not all the places you can train, but these are some that I'm familiar with, and it's somewhere you can start. So let's get it. Let's get to the point. So, top training opportunities in appliance repair business 2025. The appliance repair industry is evolving with new technologies and trends emerging. Appliance repair technicians need to stay up to date with the latest advancements to provide quality services to their customers. This is so true. What you'll find, even during slow seasons, that the techs that know how to work on specific brands that some other people may not, they always win. They always eat. So we want to make sure that your skills are up to date at all times. The first place that I want to discuss is going to be Master Samurai Tech. They're great. They're considered one of the best, in my opinion, when it comes to support and just training. And they are really big on the fundamentals so that you not only understand how appliances work, but why we troubleshoot the way we do. The thing I really enjoy with this particular site is that they have a huge webinar series that you can always go back and brush up on your skill sets, real life scenarios, and very hands-on. They also have an outstanding catalog that you can actually, if you need specific service manuals, or and they have a community and a forum that you can actually go into and ask questions and just research uh, items in reference to technical service bulletins or issues you're having with the appliance. So these guys are really, really good. Now, when you invest in the training program with them, their core one, they give you a free 6-month membership to the sister site, which is Appliantology, which is what I allude to. In all my videos, I always tell people this is one of the things that you should definitely have. We're going to take a quick look at the site. So you can see the site here, and it's really easy to navigate, things of that nature. Right now, they have a special one-time tuition of $7.95 going on, and the course is really, really well put together, well detailed, and you can move at your own pace. The thing I like about this site is easy to navigate. They even give you a sample of the course, as you can see here, free sample courses. So at the end of the day, you really, really want to take a look and try it out. So with that said, that's Master Samurai. That is one of the ones that I really, really enjoy. And it is a great option when it comes to training. So we're going to move to the next one. Next one's going to be Dyer Appliance Academy. Now, I personally have not been to this academy, but I've watched people go to it, and I've seen people go back a couple of times to refresh, just to tighten up their seal system game. I've watched men and women go into this course, not be very clear about some things, and then they invested in themselves enough to go back. They came out, went in the field, maybe ran into some challenges, and went back and were welcomed with open arms till they got comfortable. See, that to me is awesome. So I'd strongly recommend Dyer Appliance Academy. They offer hands-on training. They also offer weekend training, which is great. And so that gives you an opportunity to go for the weekend. And I know they break down like different refrigeration services that they offer as far as training, seal systems, standard and R600. And then they have a full week-long training, or a couple of weeks. So like I said, this is a great option. Definitely something that I would recommend. We're going to take a quick look at their website. If you bear with me 1 second, I'm working my way through these slides. And once we take a look at their website, we're going to move to the next one. I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I really just want to make sure you have access to the information. So this is Dyer's site. And as you can see, they are open and hosting in-person classes. Very, very comfortable site, easy to navigate. They have different videos on where they've been on national television promoting things of that nature. They also have great relationships with a lot of the vendors and manufacturers where they have people that are going in looking for work. I know a lot of the guys there have direct connections to some of the manufacturers, and they really help guys who are not ready to start a business and they really just want to work in the industry. They help them get placement. So like I said, hands down, I know a friend of mine went and one of my students went, and they were able to be lined up with jobs with companies like Fisher Paykel, GE. So obviously this is a really reputable company, and I recommend that you definitely look into their all options that they offer. So as I stated earlier, here they offer weekend training and they offer different approaches. Really easy to navigate site. They even tell you about lodging options nearby. Very thorough so that you can plan your visit and get what you need and get it done in a very easy manner. So for me, I think it's so important that people have to really be clear about how they want to move, and that they need to be very clear about the choices they make when it comes to training, because you're making an investment in the rest of your life. And I think that's really important that we take it seriously. We're going to move to the next slide. Next one's going to be Fred's Academy, Appliance Academy. I am not really familiar with them. I know that they've been around for a while. So I think it's really important that you look at all the options and you check these things out for yourself. We're going to take a quick look at Fred's Academy. I know that they offer online also, and I think they offer some shorter classes too. But I'm just bringing an overlook because I really want you all to understand that there are several options for you to get in the game. And as always, my ultimate goal is to really see you win. Winning is what matters. And I want you to get in and be successful and really enjoy the experience by getting your training in first. So we're going to take a quick look at Fred's website here. It's a pretty basic website, but it gets the job done. So they sit here and they talk about the training that they offer, which is refrigeration, and they also offer regular training. on learning appliances. They also have the course pricing here. Basically, refrigeration week is about $1,740 at the time of this video. Now, depending on when you see it, it may have changed. So I strongly recommend that you go to the site and just take your time because you're investing, you're making a financial investment in your future. And I think it's really important that we understand the importance of that. The other thing I want to talk about is really vet your local community. One of the places I'm going to recommend is Miami-Dade Technical. Now, I had experience there. I met Richard Zilka, which is one of the people on my roundtable at this time. He's really been supportive, over 40 years of experience. He's also a partner in TMM Academics with Mr. Brandon, Brother B. And these guys are really focused on supporting the community. And I want you to understand the reason I am personally doing this. I coach several people. And a lot of times when I'm coaching my students and doing consults, I have to strip everything back to the basics. And a lot of times, in a rush to get into the industry and to run after the dollar, a lot of people misstep. And I'm not knocking anybody. The only reason I can talk is because I've made the same mistakes. So I want you to win. So hopefully this video will help you guys. And, before we dive deeper, I want to make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my tips and tricks for mastering the appliance repair business. I want you to win. I always want you to win. This business, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's easy because it's not. But the key is once you get your tools together, you're going to win. You're going to be light years ahead of people because most people get into these situations and they don't vet them. You got some people, they do stuff online, they don't have any hands on, and they get out here and fail, or they fall into financial situations because of ignorance. And we've all been there. So I'm going to continue with the presentation, but remember, like, share, and subscribe, and share this video with someone that, is interested in the industry or someone who has mechanical abilities and may be interested because we can never get enough technicians. Trust me, we just want good technicians. At least I do. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is going to be Appliance Bootcamp. Now, Appliance Bootcamp is how I initially was exposed to the industry, working with Mr. Michael Sneed. Has a great channel and has multiple businesses where he gives you the framework to get in. And he has a really comfortable website, easy to manage and easy to navigate. And the thing I want to talk about with Appliance Bootcamp, they have the online option. You have to check with them regarding the hands-on. I know that he schedules that throughout the year. So we're going to take a quick look at that site. But the thing I like about Appliance Bootcamp, when you go in there, they are teaching you from an entrepreneurial mindset. So you're going to be exposed to the back end of the business and things of that nature. And you're going to be able to ask someone who has been in the industry for several years and who has ran several service businesses hands-on questions. And you're going to have access. So that's a wonderful thing. So we're going to take a quick look at Mike's site here. Just going to move the screen over and share this with you guys now. As I said, you can go right in here. He's got a couple of options where he breaks down things like dryer vent cleaning, which is a great way to get started. Low startup cost, easy to get in, and everybody needs those dryer vents clean. Trust me. If you want to make up a quick bag, that's it right there. He has options in reference to Appliance Bootcamp online only. And one thing I want to state is that I went through both. Initially, when I got into the industry, I was working a corporate job and I was working a lot of hours. I had a lot of responsibilities, so I could only do online. But as soon as I got a break, took a quick vacay, personal time, I went out and got that hands-on because I knew I needed both. And that was back in 2019, right when it first started. He has several courses here. So, like I said, you definitely want to reach out to Mike if you have any specific questions. But as always, I always give credit to where I started. And I think that's very important that we all should always never forget where we come from so we can always be successful when it comes to where we're going. Now, we're going to move on to the next slide here, real quickly. And that is going to be TMM Academics. Now, one thing I really love about TMM Academics is that, you know, this is Brandon and Richard's baby, and they have done a phenomenal job. I've watched them do Zoom classes on the weekend and help people hands-on live. I've watched them pick up the phone. They pick up the phone for me when I'm stuck. So I can definitely vouch for these guys. I've watched them build this from the ground up. I've watched them work out the kinks that everybody has when you're starting a business, and they really are trying to serve their community. They have my utmost respect for that, because a lot of people talk it, but very few people walk it. No, and a lot of people aren't willing to pay the price you have to pay to start a business, and to start an educational version, offering online assistance, offering the Voxer group. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody I coach, they get in that Voxer group, because that Voxer group saved me so much in the beginning. So we're going to take a quick look at their site. And I'm telling you, I can't thank those guys enough. To this day, I pick up the phone and call them if I have an issue. And that's a wonderful thing. That goes back to relationships that I'm always telling people about. You really got to watch how you move, because at the end of the day, like I say, I always want to see people win. Let me locate their site here real quick. It's coming up. I'm getting ready to present it right now. You know, really good website. Really can go in here and take a look at a couple of things. You know, when you get to the site, you can submit information here. That's the Brandon and Richard right there. And they just go over everything with your schedules. In fact, they just had a class this week, actually, December 6th through the 8th. And it is currently December 8th. So I watched these guys, and the sky's the limit for them. Definitely the limit for them. And I'm really looking forward to, I just love it. They have the self-study option, home study courses here for you, um, the hands-on training, the different breakdown of the courses. And the thing I like is that these guys are really, really, really accessible. So I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I think this is probably one of the best deals. Just for the membership, you're looking at $25 a month. And that means you have access to exclusive content, and a discount on all classes. Like, man. And with that $25 a month, you get access to Voxer. I mean, come on. Everybody needs a tech line to reach out to that's got their back. And then you got people like Durham on Voxer. You got Chris Kelly. I mean, a lot of those guys give out so much game, and they are so supportive. So supportive. They even help with, they have a service manual option where you can request that. I'm telling you, you got to give back, people. And that's one thing I believe in. I believe in giving back. And I can't say enough about those guys. They're great guys, and I'm watching them build it from the ground up, and I've been impressed, because I know how difficult it is. We're going to move on to Virginia Technical Academy. Now, this particular, I have heard of this academy, and there are people that are associates and friends of mine that they speak volumes. There's a lot of training at this particular academy in Virginia. They offer HVAC, plumbing. They offer training for not just appliance repair, but they also offer training in plumbing. And, when you have to go back and get your license in plumbing or in electrical, they offer study and courses for that and training. He's a really, really, really good option for someone in that area or someone that wants to travel. And the other thing that I heard from my friend was that the gentleman really takes his time and teaches you, and he teaches you stuff that us, the new techs, have no idea how to do and what to do. You know, and that's one thing you have to respect the older people in the industry. Yeah, they might be grumpy and they might not be friendly, but they have seen and experienced things that we haven't. So you have to be respectful. And I, like I said, I really, 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 really am impressed with what I've heard about this particular place. Right now, I'm going to attempt to take a look at the website with you real quick and just give you an idea of what you're going to see when you get there. Now, I took my time and went through these sites prior to this video because I wanted to be familiar with the offerings and I wanted to give people as much information as I could. So, share this is coming up right now. So, this is a really, really good breakdown of the courses that they offer, and they also have a schedule. But as I stated, these guys offer a lot of career track programs such as HVAC, um, electrical, plumbing, appliance repair, and even building and property maintenance. Because the trades are where it is. I'm telling you, you will always not only have a job, but you also have an opportunity to have a business and to excel. So I want everybody to win, and I really want you to understand how lucrative and how much opportunity exists in these markets. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is Miami-Dade Technical. Now, why do I put that up there? That means wherever you are, you need to check out your local VOTEC or technical school. Because I personally went to Miami-Dade Technical at night. Richard Zilka, once again from TMM, was my instructor. So while I was in the field, I would be working on appliances, I would schedule appointments, and I would go and practice in school at night, literally. And then I would squeeze his brain for anything I didn't understand, and I would squeeze it until I understood, because that was the kind of student I was. I'm sure it was a nightmare for him, but I am so grateful that he had the patience for me. And you got to figure out how you're going to win. These are the things that put me light years ahead of so many of my competitors, because while they were comfortable and getting fat and lazy and, and charging and not diagnosing or fixing properly, I was learning from my mistakes. I was learning from the things I didn't know. And I was making sure that if I was going to fail, I failed fast, because that means if I fail, I'm falling forward. I'm not going to fail backwards. See, that's the difference. And that's my mindset, is that I want to hurry up and get the information I need and run into the walls I need to run into in order to be successful. And sometimes that's just how you got to look at it. Now, I'm not going to show you guys that website because, hey, find your own school. Now I'm getting ready to hit the commercial side. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I am simply bringing commercial up. I want to qualify this, because the people that you really need to get the commercial game from is going to be Mr. Michael Reed. He's the gentleman that's providing all that information regarding getting into commercial, the best way to get the different approaches and things of that nature. Now, the reason I'm bringing up Igniter Labs online training is because I have an Igniters Lab account, because I'm never going to be left behind. I have clients that ask me to take a look at certain things. And the beautiful thing about Igniter Labs, 99% from what I've seen, a lot of the manufacturer training is in there. And I have always prided myself in being able to go into situations and be equipped. And how did I learn about Igniter Labs? From Mr. Michael Reed. This is why I point everybody in that direction. He's giving out a lot of information. He does a lot of lives. He does a lot of Q&As, and that's the best way to go, in my personal opinion. Now, there's also another gentleman by the name of Kevin Tate. I would strongly recommend that you sign up for his courses because he actually has courses and he walks you through a lot of the bun equipment issues, a lot of the FBD, and those are the frozen beverage dispensers, a lot of things. And this gentleman has been doing it for many, many years. He also hooks you up with opportunities for people who are hiring now. It's and ways to get you some leads and some jobs. So if you're going to be on that commercial side, that's where you need to be, in my personal opinion. Now, I do coach people in commercial. I have two gentlemen that I'm coaching right now that are doing exceptionally well, but they came to me for strategy, and how to prepare to go in those markets and dominate, because that's where my strong point is systems and strategy. And one of the things that we really drilled down was getting the training. So, one of the gentlemen I deal with, he just came back from training up in one of those northern states on a specialized ice maker. Ice machine. And so at the end of the day, like I said, you got to win. You got to win. You got to win, and you got to win all day. That restaurant equipment game is no joke. Now, I'm going to bring up Igniter Lives because, of course, I have a membership. That's another thing. Y'all need to pay for these memberships. If you understand how to do taxes, it's a write off. Pay to get in the room. And one thing I want people to understand, when you're in business, a lot of times you're going to pay and be mad because you're going to get in the room and it's not going to be what you expect. So vet everything. That's all I can tell you. Vet everything. So we're going to pull up Igniter Labs here. I believe I have it here on the screen. Yeah, right there. So as I said, I have a membership. So this is just showing you some of the things in the library. This is a whole, they got the different manufacturers in here and what these manufacturers offer and things of that nature. So like I said, you must have this if you are in my opinion, if you're in commercial and you don't have Igniter Labs, you're not winning, because you cannot afford to walk into these restaurants and into these what I consider high stress environments and not know what you're doing. Like I just finished going through heat crafts because I have a client. You got Henny Penny here. You got the ice maker, Hashizaki. There's no reason. And then the thing I really love, one of the things that the guys that I'm coaching did was they focused on these tech foundations, STEAM, schematics, because when you're in the restaurant industry or you in commercial or if you're in, oh goodness, what is it called? That type of refrigeration that's in the oh goodness, in the grocery stores, and that CO2 stuff. You guys got to understand, you cannot expect to get paid and not be trained. And this is why I'm taking the time. I'm doing my part. So if you're going to do commercial, don't go over the plan, please. Don't embarrass yourself or the industry. That's all I'm going to tell you. And then one thing about Miss Ward, I want you to win. I do not want you to lose. I want you to win. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is going to be CFESA training. Now, that's another commercial situation. And, there are people have mixed comments about CFESA. You can leave your comments in the bottom thing. I'm not going to say anything negative about anybody's organization because they all serve a purpose. There are some places you can't even get in the door without CFESA. And those of us who know, the membership is not cheap. I have a CFESA membership. I paid the thousands of dollars, but that's because I do government contracts. I do other things, but I knew what I had to do to get in. So at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do and you got to make a decision. But besides that, they also offer training. And I'll put it to you like this. It's easy to get into the training if you're a member and you don't have certain X, Y, and Z's. And those who know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and share their screen here real quick. I'll find it here real quick. Yeah, but CFESA is they have scholarships and things of that nature. So like I said, I do not talk about stuff I don't know. You know, that's all I can say. And I found that if I show up and I'm able to, and I've managed my money and my business properly, I can get in the rooms that a lot of people can't. It's not something I brag about. I sacrifice so I can do that. Like I'm sacrificing to do this video because I want people to win. You know, like, share, and subscribe, and I want you to win. You know, because me, I'm going to sit down and research all this stuff. That's how I'm built, but everybody's not built like that. Sometimes people need a little nudge. And if I can help in any way, that's what I'm going to do. So let's take a quick look at CFESA. See if I can find them over here. Right here, CFESA courses. So basically with CFESA, they offer training. This is the trainer, Mr. Reese. And I'm trying to tell you, if you're going to play that commercial game, don't go in there and play to win. I'm not the expert on that one, but what I will do is I will tell you to the people I consider the experts, and that's Mike Reed and Mr. Kevin Tate. I never stop saying those names because I see the work those gentlemen put in. I see how they get up here and do these lives, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4 people and nobody on it. So I have nothing but respect for that. Nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. So we're gonna be heading on over to our final slides here. Accreditations and certifications. You definitely want to get that EPA 608. Guys, it's like an open book test. Just type it in and figure it out. I'm here to tell you. There's no reason that anyone in appliance repair, whether you do seal systems or not, should not have EPA certification. It makes no sense to me. But do what you want to do. But certifications are the way to go, people. Hands-on learning opportunities. You got appliance repair shops. There are several businesses. You know, as much as we hate to say certain names, we're going to say it. Sears offers on-the-job training. We all got to start somewhere. And the thing I like about Sears is that they split them up into laundry and, you know, seal systems. They have different laundry, kitchen, and seal systems. And that allows someone to focus in an area and get really, really good at it. So if there's one locally and you want to get started and get in and get trained, definitely understand that when you get a job, your job is to go in and extract as much from the job as they extract from you. And I'm going to leave that right. I'm going to let y'all sit with that for a moment. Also, there are a lot of manufacturers that train on the job. So I would strongly recommend you do the research. Other hands-on learning, of course, is technical schools. We talked about Virginia Tech and Miami-Dade Technical. You should have a local establishment in your area. Now, one thing I will caution to you, don't go to these, well, I shouldn't say that, but you got some people that's just churning out techs. I'm not going to say any names, but let's just say they're not on this particular video. But that, if you're going to spend money, even if you're going to get government assistance to get the training, you know, there's a lot of workforce programs. Just vet everything, because one thing you can never get it back is your time. You want to learn and you want to do well. Industry events, several trade shows and conferences often feature hands-on workshops. Marcone has one coming up, the MSA convention in Las Vegas. You know, all the other you know, you always have ASTI, you have PSA. There are a lot of organizations that have these shows and they have these conferences just to bring us all together, to bring us the latest information regarding technology in the appliance repair industry, the manufacturers in the appliance repair industry, the trends. If you want to really learn this, you need to immerse yourself to be successful. You need to immerse yourself. And so at this particular point, I hope that you've gotten everything you needed out of this video. If you have any questions, you want me to do a different video on something different, I have a whole series coming on about the appliance repair industry. I get questions all the time. Now, if you'd like to speak with me directly, you'll see the link. I have a calendar link. You can schedule a 20-minute Q&A with me. I offer structured training as far as setting up your business, putting everything in place to be successful. But I'm going to be very honest, I do not take everyone that applies. And that's simply because a lot of times I'm a different type of coach. I like to tell people the truth, that I am no nonsense and I want you to win. But I also don't want you to not receive what you need, because I'm not the coach for you. I will be respectful enough to refer you to someone else or make other recommendations, because a lot of times you got to really know what you want to do. And we are all figuring it out, but I want you to win. And if appliance repair is not it, if blue collar is not it, hey, I still want you to win. Because at the end of the day, we all have to eat. We all should be blessed. And we all should be able to follow our ambitions and be successful. So with that said, I really want you guys to win. And that's why I do these videos. Have a great evening. And thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all my subscribers. Like, share, and subscribe. And please share this with someone. I'm sure someone is interested in the industry. And thank you for your time. Once again, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. This Ward signing off. My day ones and my new subscribers, solid steppers, keep stepping and take the Titans 2.0. See you at the top. It's been a pleasure.